This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Centennial Bank Stadium in Jonesboro, home to the Red Wolves of Arkansas State. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Arkansas State Red Wolves. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Red Wolves will get us started with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Offense working from the pistol. Handoff to the single running back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Let's take a second to talk about Fresno State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Give to the running back. Inside the 45. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, you love hearing the crowd, but more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Marshall. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. So now the offense is going to have to regroup. A turnover on the first drive of the game can bruise that confidence a little bit.
No doubt about it. It's so hard as an offense to create any momentum and get any confidence early when you turn it over at this juncture in the game. You're just trying to kind of feel out this defense, and you're formatting them, and you're trying different play calls to set things up for later. But if you turn it over on the first drive, it's hard to get that momentum stopped.
Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. And that one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
Might be changing the route. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, it's picked off. Trying to take it back. At the 30. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
Man, how about the rough starts for these offense? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early, first drives to get something going. Both of them turning over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
smells it. Touchdown, Bulldogs. A great catch and run for 6. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Louisville may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from L&N Stadium every time. The Cards have been racking up road wins since the Lee Corso days, and they'll get another one today. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Immediately fires to the middle. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Back to throw, it's Evanson. Pocket breaking down. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
The Red Wolves come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They want to run this quarterback. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And the Red Wolves will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for... Oh, it's a phony punt. They're going to run it with the up man. And the roll of the dice turns up in their favor as they pick up the first down.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Evanson. Throws to the tight end. He's open on the right. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Red Wolves are on the move. Motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. Ran through the contact. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
And the Red Wolves will try to put one on the board on first and goal. to throw on first down. Trying to get rid of it.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And they stop him just short of the goal line. They'll mark it at the 1.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Play number 10 on this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pollard.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on 4th down. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
Arkansas State, 0.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Using his feet. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Red Wolves!
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's McLaurin. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking downfield, it's Marshall. Lets it fly. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Arkansas State. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. All right, guys, let's chat about Fresno State. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Finds his man. It's McLaurin. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss. He can take.
There he goes. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. The DBs will back off a bit. That's caught. It's Dillon. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Sixth play of the drive coming up. To throw, it's Marshall. Working that left side now. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
Yeah, and welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And as a quarterback, you know when you're throwing a corner route, the football is going to travel a long distance, so you've got to have great timing. You've got to get the ball out of your hands before the receivers come out of his break. You've also got to put a lot of air under the pass so the wide receiver can locate it. You can tell this quarterback has thrown a ton of these routes in practice.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He wants to change this route. To the air, it's Evanson. He's got it down the middle. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Red Wolves! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast. You could tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Gets the back moving. They'll toss it to the left. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there. But give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Looking to throw, it's Marshall. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
The offense gets pretty lucky there. 3rd down in your own end. You're throwing to try to get the first. That ball just a little bit late, and as a result, they're lucky that wasn't a pick 6.
Fresno State will have to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Oh, misjudges it a bit and muffs it. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Using his legs, it's Maddox.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give on the option. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Looking to throw, it's Evanson. Here's a hit. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Here on third down. Quarterback making checks. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab. Turning it on. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Red Wolves racing to the line in the hurry up. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
All right, offense, it's got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play, giving up the sack.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On the option. Now the pitch. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got it. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the first down. You're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got fourth and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
Field goal is good, and that will extend their lead even further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Fresno State lined up to kick off and start this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue.
Going over the top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. The give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Lining up to convert third down. Might be calling a hot route. Scanning the field, it's Evanson. And the Heat gets there, and they get 14-yard line.
That's the way you answer your halftime speech. You gave up a lot of points in that first half. What did the defense do? The first possession, you set the tone in the second half, get the big stop, get the big sack. Really nice answer by this defense.
And the Red Wolves send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Returns it down to the 35-yard line as they cash in on the opportunity to force a turnover.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver, they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass, it's Evanson. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about the sport.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Fires to the middle. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Wants to throw. It's Evanson. It's complete to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll send the tight end in motion. The give to the tailback. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Touchdown, Red Bulls! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this. Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. And the Bulldogs moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw, it's Marshall. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it for a big play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to throw again. Here's the pressure. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. This will be the 4th play of the drive, and only one of them has been productive so far. It's 3rd and 10. Trying to beat the D deep. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Maddox. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
A 3rd down try for the offense. He might want another play. The option look. Now the toss. Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out in the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounting for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at this.
Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas State is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Now just about ready to snap it to start the 4th. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. On the run, it's Maddox. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Let's take a second to talk about Fresno State. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors.
Pulls it in down the sideline. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Bulldogs are in the hurry up.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Alford. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds his big tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback real.
Intercepted to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll move the wide receiver. Running back searching for a hole. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand. So long.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And they're unable to connect on the long pass. He caught it, but he was out of bounds. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him. The defense finally came up with a play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left. But, man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Motion from the back. Looking for a man. It's Evanson. The quick out. Open space at the 25. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Red Wolves have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. They go to the wide receiver screen. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Arches ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this 1st down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. option. He'll pitch it. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Arkansas State. And the route is on.
And with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's McLaurin. He breaks a tackle. Just a little more room, and maybe he gets it in. He's pushed out of bounds at the 8.
Really nice play call by the offense, too. Obviously, your quarterback's thrown picks on his last 2 drives, so you have to settle him down. And the best way to settle down a quarterback is to get the running game going. Put it on the big fellas up front. Put it on your backs. That's a really nice run, and that should help settle the QB down a bit.
And would they dare be aggressive on 3rd down this deep in their own territory? Back to throw, it's Alford. And the defense getting a hand in there on 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? They'll move the tight end. To the air on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in cover.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Dillon. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Dropping back, it's Alford. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
No harder position to play in a ball game than the offensive line. You know, tonight in this game, you're down by a lot. You know you have to pass the football. Man, it's a tough job to protect up front, and they definitely struggled on that play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pulls it in. It's Dillon. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout called by the offense. A mere 10 seconds to go in the game. Fresno State lines up with a 1st and goal. He wants it all. Touchdown, Fresno State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And with that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Looking to pass. It's Alford. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good. Just a couple of possessions down, so there is some hope.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
Time is against them. Still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter.